How can I feel confident taking on an AI provider? And what should I be worried about in taking on an AI provider?
Yeah, good question. I think part of it is just that context, right? To know that when I'm sending the signals of that fast purchase, that my provider can know I'm doing this, right? One is like, hey, I'm going to go into these new channels. I'm going to go into these new avenues. We can collect this data together, knowing that it's a different channel, build that richness around that channel, and also have a provider who's like, hey, it's not my first rodeo. I've seen headless checkout. I've seen this fast purchase cycle so that it's not, it might be new for me, but it's not new for them. And I think that's really important to have a partner who can have that context and know what kind of different fidelity might come through those channels. What's maybe not understood is the people who came to your door and knocked and you turned away are so much harder to measure. When you're trying to figure out if I've declined $20 million, right? I've got $20 million in fraud losses, but I've declined $20 million. What if that's $10 million of good that you've just turned away? And that's not making its way into the boardroom discussion until you start partnering with someone who actually starts finding that and helping you let those good customers through. And so sometimes that status quo, that cost of fraud can be status quo. Like, oh, that's just our cost of doing business. One, that number can go down. You can squeeze some out of it. But what they're probably not talking about is that conversion rate and what bounced off the front door that they could be letting in. And I think that's the most exciting part. And I was hearing stories yesterday of someone coming up to one of our sales guys at a conference and saying, thank you for our business. Thanks you for this increased revenue. A lot of times you don't look at your fraud partners and look at them as a source of revenue.